And today I will be dealing with and creating solutions to the present description of what we call Yahoo or G plus or ritual killing money, blood money that is trending, where you find a lot of young people from the age of 16, 17 down to 21 getting involved in something that is crazy. It's so bad and it's so sickening to see this kind of a thing happen. I decided to do this broadcast because of the recent developments. In fact, about last week or last 2 weeks, I had an encounter with some of these boys and someone where I went to teach and train some people, and I took my time to lead these young people to Christ, and I was able to talk to them and then try to reach out to their brothers and see how we could actually help them come out of these stupid acts of theirs. In line with that, a foremost radio station in my state invited me over for a 1 hour session. That's Hot 99.5 FM over Imo State, Nigeria, West Africa. And I took some time to explain the 5 major solutions or 5 major systems that have actually created these problems, and then how we can actually create this solution. I want us to understand that this is a time bomb that is about to hit the southeastern part of Nigeria. This is a time bomb that is about to hit the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is a time bomb that is about to hit the continent of Africa because of certain reasons, because of certain ideologies that have actually been pushed into the system that has affected the young people. And let me also start by letting us know that I, first and foremost, I speak as a Nigerian, I speak as an African, I am also speaking as a legal practitioner, I'm also speaking as someone who believes in the future of the young people. I'm also speaking as a licensed, internationally licensed minister of the gospel who have actually taken a lot of time to mentor a lot of young people. I want us to know that what we're seeing in Nigeria, what we're seeing recently in Africa, what we're seeing in the southeastern part of this country, where young people use their mother for rituals, use their girlfriends for ritual purposes in order to make money. We have had a lot of social media videos, advertisements, as it were, where you see a lot of people excavate, harvest people's private parts. Young ladies, their breasts, their private regions are pulled out for money making. And majority of the things I'm going to be talking about today is something that I have done a proper diagnosis about. And I believe that until we begin to give them proper attention, we will not be able to advance as a people. You know, one thing that many people do not understand, many of us do not understand, is that if we don't deal with a societal evil, if we don't deal with a social evil, before you know it, it becomes a habit. Before you know it, it becomes something that everyone begins to accept. And this is very, very important, and very, very important in the sense that it is happening to our young people. We are losing the future of this nation. We are losing the future of the southeastern part of Nigeria. We are losing the future of young people in Africa if nothing is done, and done with a sense of urgency. Because of this, I'm going to be taking it bit by bit depending on time. But let me just start by letting us know that the first entity, the first institution that is responsible for whatever that is going, or before I talk about that, let me put a caveat here. There is nothing holy, there is nothing honest, there is no excuse whatever that should allow any young person, old person, middle-aged person to use his fellow human beings for rituals, to be involved in anything that is fraudulent, is against the law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is against the international human rights regulations, is against humanity, is against the laws of God. Everyone frowns at it, whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a Christian, or whatever religion you are from. Everyone is against that. All religions, I believe, they are all against using your fellow human beings to make money. Engaging yourself in fraud is a criminal offense, punishable by law, everywhere all over the world. I want us to know that the first institution that need to be given attention when it has to do with making sure that these things stop is the government. The first institution is the government. The government in Nigeria, the government in Africa has actually failed the young people. From the presidency to the local government, you find people that are in government who have lived in total indifferent attitude towards the young people. The young people have actually gone into a whole lot of things because the government is not creating jobs, the government is not building industries, the government and people that are in the Senate, in the House of Rep, the governors, the people in the presidency, the ministers, appointees of government, they are all interested in making money, amassing wealth with a view to coming back in the next election. And all you are using these young people for is just to be social media rats. All they just go is to make sure they advertise your foolishness online, and these young people are watching you for 4 years, watching you for 8 years. Recently, we had what is called the NSAS movement, championed by young people in Nigeria, but somehow it was hijacked by certain miscreants that would have been a major revolution for the transformation of this powerful nation called Nigeria. You find that over 210 million people living in Nigeria. Out of the 210 million people living in Nigeria, we have about 80% of them are young people. 80% of them are young people. And this 80% of those people that are young people, out of the 80%, about 90% of these young people are less than 25 years. They are less than 25 years. Majority of them have graduated from the universities, yet there is no job. There is no system that is creating jobs for these young people. All our governors are now interested in coming back again. For those of them who have done 4 years, for those of them who have done 8 years, they are trying to go back to become senators. They are trying to go back to become House of Rep members. What kind of thing is this? Where is the future of the young people? The government is responsible for every attitude for pushing the young people to the wall. And I want every young man that is listening to me for you to realize that our future is in our hands. I want us to know that this coming election, every young person must make sure that he or she stands up to stand for what is right. This is not a time to vote a criminal because the person is releasing money. You find that many governorship candidates or aspirants who have done 4 years, or those who have done 8 years, who want to go back to become senators, these guys have fleets of cars, and the young people are watching you. They are sitting out watching the way you do out dollars, the way you buy your form, the way you experience. Your children are outside the country, and they are wondering what is their hope. And the next thing they have to do, because they don't have any option, is to look for the next person close to them, either your mother, your father, or your mother, or your relative, and then they use the person for rituals, or sell the person's private parts to make money. In as much as we don't support that, but you know one thing is that each and every one of us will have a certain elastic limit when it has to do with our ability to be content with what we have, our ability to stay without money. For me personally, I can stay for a long time without money, but there are certain persons who may not be able to stay like me when it has to do with staying without money. I've lived all my life like that, being content with everything that I have, and as I make progress in life and work very hard. But not everybody has the same level of constraint. This is very critical. Sometimes you find people who are contesting for political positions, like we have them in APC, PDP, YPP, and other political parties, and all they're interested is, oh, let's go and share the money. Once we throw money to them, once we throw bags of rice to them, once we throw indomie to them, once we throw cash to them, we can buy the electorate, we can buy delegates, we can do that. And these young people are watching you. We're no more in the olden days where you can avoid those things. No, they are watching how many billions that the governors have stolen. They're watching how many billions that House of Rep members have stolen, and then Christmas will come, you just give them peanuts, you give them bicycle, you give them motorcycle, and they're watching you. And when the pressure is so much on them, you find out that these young people will definitely look for alternatives. And where there are no industries, there are no cottage industry, those who graduate from the university, there's nothing to show. Let me just take, for instance, my state, Imo State. 2019, I was privileged to be part of those who contested to be the governor of Imo State in 2019, even though I did not win. But we did the statistics. We discovered that out of the 7 major higher institutions in my state, every year 24,000 young people graduate from the university. They graduate from the university. These young people do not have jobs. It is compulsory if you are in engineering or any of the social science courses or business courses. It's expected of you to do your industrial training when you are in second year or when you are in fourth year, 6 months when you are in fourth year, and when you are in Federal University of Technology, and 2 years and 3 months when you are in second year. You find that these young people are finding it difficult to even find a place where they will do their industrial training. And all they do is to roam around the streets. You find graduates of accountancy who do not understand entrepreneurship. These people are just involved in doing POS business, selling bra and pants, engaging in one thing or the other, trying to help their family. The government is responsible. They are the number one responsible entity, institution, when it has to do with the marketing of these internet fraud, marketing of this blood money. Most of them are rituals. Most of them are involved in ritual killings. Most of the governors, most of the senators, most of the House of Rep members, they have these young men as their agents. Let the truth be told. Let the police go to all the major investigations and the people that they have apprehended. And let the truth be told. Most of these governors, most of these candidates coming up for presidents, past and present politicians in Nigeria and the major nations in Africa are involved in human trafficking. They are involved in kidnapping. They are involved in armed robbery. We need to stand up and say it the way it is. If not, this is going to be like a time bomb that will blow everyone in this nation, in this continent, Africa. Nobody will say it except people like us who have decided to say the truth and nothing but the truth. Until we begin to look at criminals and look at the face and tell them, walk out of our leadership stream. Until we begin to look at people and tell them, no, we are tired of you people exploiting us. We need to get right people to be part of the leadership stream of our nation, of our institutions, everywhere. Until we get the right people in place, there may not be an opportunity for the young people to express themselves. Man is someone that is not expected to be idle. I just always say that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. But once you engage the young people and they're doing something beneficial for themselves, I want you to know that these young people definitely will not be involved in ritual killings, will not be involved in internet fraud or blood money or whatever. So the government is expected to do the needful. If you happen to be the governor of your state, or if you're the governor of your state or House of Rep member of your constituency or senatorial controller as a senate in your particular jurisdiction, I want you to know that all the money that is being given to you, you are meant to use it as an instrument of empowering people, not giving them shoes, not giving them 200,000 naira, 100,000 naira. No, create cottage industries. Make sure there is light in the environment. Make sure that the crowd of people moving away from the rural areas coming to the town, creating mayhem and confusion, is reduced to the barest minimum. That is your responsibility. Leadership is all about service. It's all about disposition. It's not about position. It's all about making sure that you create the necessary environment that is needed to help people advance. All the young people who want to contest for any election in this coming year, 2022-2023 in Nigeria, please make sure you come out. Make sure you are part of the system. This is one of the reasons why I have decided to be part of the governorship race in my state come 2023, come 2024. Everyone can contest everywhere you are. Let's stop this thing. Let's help the young people. Let's create cottage industries. Let's create IT firms. Let's help entrepreneurs. Let's help startup people to rise up and do the needful. I can go on and go on when it has to do with government. The second people that I blame for whatever that is going on now is the church. Yes, the religious institutions. When I mention the religious institutions, I'm also talking about the church because I'm a pastor. I want us to know something, that the message of Jesus Christ, the salvation message of Jesus Christ as the Lord and personal Savior, teaches contentment. From January to December, you are a pastor, you have not taught your people contentment. You have not taught them about the perilous nature of covetousness. You've not taught them that is what is called the process of wealth. And somebody comes and the person comes to your church, you cannot actually ascertain where the person got the money from. You lay hands on the person and you speak over the person and ask the person to come, you are blessed. The person does not have a meaningful source of income, and all you do is just to collect money from the person, and you're building the house and you're driving big jeeps as your pastor. Listen to me, all my fellow pastors, the bishops, with due respect to all the bishops and the big papas. Thank God for the blessings of God upon your life, but let's make out time, because the church is the catalyst for national development. Whatever that is happening in the society, we can actually trace it back to the church. I don't want to talk about our Muslim brothers. They need to also hear this, because affluence that is not legitimately acquired can destroy a people. The young people are watching the way you're driving a car of 40 million, Whereas you came into pastoral ministry with nothing, and now you're driving big jeeps and they're watching you. And these guys are wondering, okay, if I can't do that, I can go and get money, I can go and kidnap somebody from the church, I can go and swindle somebody from his or her gratuity, and then I will go back and I'm going to get some money and then I'm going to plant a tithe. I believe in tithe, I believe in prosperity, but I don't believe in swindling people. There must be legitimate source of income for anybody that should bring money into the household of faith. We may find it difficult if you have a very large church to actually ascertain the number of persons who are legitimate, as it were. But your messages and your complete rebuke from the altar, with the altar, they call it pulpit, pulling people out of the pit. You can actually begin to release a certain level of value systems into the society, and the preachings that we do in making sure that people need to appreciate, people need to walk into the dimension of hard work. There's a place for hard work. There's a place for favor. There's a place for process. Let's begin to reconstruct. Let's begin to change the curriculum of our message. Who told you that poverty is a cause? Who told you that because things are not working, God is angry with you? Who told you that Satan is the reason why, or God is the reason why you are poor? No. As long as you are given to hard work, you can actually rise. I want all the pastors to review the curriculum that we've been teaching our people, and these things are not working, and it's making the young people get crazy. You go on social media, you watch the way the pastors are throwing their affluence. I was shot down by one pastor, I don't want to mention his name. I saw him and his wife and his children driving. They are in Nigeria, but they went to US for a holiday, and they are cruising, and they are telling people in Nigeria, oh, we are now in Texas, we are traveling to New York, we are going to Dallas, and all our Nigerian brothers, anywhere you are, we are coming back to meet you. And I go there, I said, hey, there's nothing wrong in you and your wife going to have holidays in US. But I want you to know something, that you're marketing something, and you're telling the young people that they look very stupid. You don't need to do that kind of advertisement because you travel for holidays. You have the money, God has blessed you. But we need to begin to do the needful at this particular point in time in changing our curriculum, whether you are a Catholic, whether you are an Anglican, whether you are a Presbyterian, whether you are in any of the Orthodox churches, and especially my beloved brothers who are in the Pentecostal sector. I believe in prosperity. My city's true prosperity shall be spread abroad. The very essence of prosperity is for advancement of society. It's for advancement of the people of God. It's for advancement of the kingdom of God. It's imperative at this particular point in time that the church begins to point out and begin to get out some certain levels of people out of the system because they are involved in crooked business. Somebody comes to you and the person is bringing $100 million. You don't even ask the person, where did you get the money from? You just sit down, lay hands on the person and speak in tongues. I say, you are blessed. The Lord bless you. Go and prosper. And you say, go with ease. You are supporting criminality in this nation. And this is one of the reasons why the young people believe that they can actually go and make money and the pastor is going to pray for them. They can buy this stuff for the church. They can buy a brand new Jeep for the pastor. They can go and buy fleets of cars where they defrauded somebody. They took advantage of somebody's naivety and ignorance. They stole somebody's all 35 years pension or gratuity from a vulnerable old woman. I want us to realize this, that the church can actually change Nigeria. We, that the church, we have a solution for this country. I don't care any other religion, but I believe so strongly that the church needs to review her curriculum. Whether you're a Catholic, it's immaterial. Why should you make someone as a criminal a night? Why should you make somebody as an occult man, a ritualist, a known ritualist? You make the person a knight. You make the person a deacon in your church. Whether the person is in government or outside government, we need to begin to verify people that we place in front of our front seats. People that are criminals are now becoming pastors. These are people who have swindled some people of their resources. They are now made part-time pastors because they can build a church, they can rent a warehouse or whatever it is and pull people along. This is wrong. Let's begin to call a spade a spade. It's imperative that everyone that is a church person, everyone that is a child of God, let every man that remember the name of God depart from iniquity. This is very, very important. The third people that are responsible for what is going on has to do with the media, social media to be precise. You find out that social media is marketing a whole lot of things. Most of the things that you see on social media is false, is fake, and the young people buy into it because the majority of the young people are online. They are watching the music stars. With due respect to Obi Kubana, the last time he did his mother's burial, a lot of people spread a lot of dollars, a lot of people said a lot of things. Wow, this guy is made, people spread dollars, people brought 200 cows, and all the rest of them. And I made a statement that many people misunderstood me that time. They were saying, oh, you're jealous, wow, this guy has raised people. But you know what? Every young person wants to make money. every young person by reason of that particular thing that happened. But when you step out of this country, those of us who have traveled out of the country, you don't spread money like that. Even in ordinary Liberia that is here, sorry I'm calling it ordinary Liberia, most of the African countries, you don't spread money openly like that. But the last time we found out that our president's other son or daughter wedded, and we found people spraying dollars. And then someone is a politician and this is a person is wrong, is ethically wrong, is against some certain level of rules. The law forbids that you spread money, naira, in Nigeria. But you find that politicians are always the ones that are spreading the money. And the young people believe that they can actually spread the same. And you find out that this is what is buying into the subconscious of those young people. And the young people are getting involved in those things and it's destroying the fabrics of our system. And you're complaining. And the music stars, they are doing their music, they say, get that maga, get that client and lock him up. And the young people believe that they can actually lock up someone who have actually become vulnerable or get into rituals in order to make money. Everybody wants to blow. Let me use the word. They say, I want to blow, I want to hack, I want to cash out. And this has become the language of even 14, 15, 16, 17, 21 years old young people. And they want to carry a phone of 1.2 million. And this is incredible. This is crazy. This is destroying the fabrics of our system. And once they have this and their friends are hailing them, you find out that they're going to use your mother one day. They're going to use anybody around them one day. And when the soul of a man is destroyed, his father or his mother will not look like anything before him. And this is what we can actually correct by dealing with the things, placing sensors on the things we release to our young people on social media. We had a lot of programs for the teenagers late last year, and we're talking about my role model and my talent. We talk about people that are medical doctors, they don't even know them. We talk about people that are engineers, they don't know them. We talk about people that are aeronautic engineers. You find out that these young people do not know them. But once you mention the music stars, you mention Jay-Z, you mention Jennifer Lopez, you mention Two-Face, you mention Flavor, the young people shout, yeah! Why? Because they want to make money. They don't want to go to school because they say last school na scam. Last school na scam. Why should I go to school? Whereas I can go and do blood money and then I employ accountants and I employ people to come and work for me. So this is one of the things that is destroying our system. The social media, the print media must make sure that we mobilize, we work with all stakeholders to making sure that we deal with the issue of social rape, that the young people are watching online and the way things are going is destroying our system. The fourth institution that is responsible for what is going on is the family. The family forms the foundation for every development in any nation and any state. Hey, listen to me. We have a lot of young people who have not been properly parented, that have not become parents. Most of the parents are ritualists. Most of the parents are involved in ritual killing. Most of the parents, the mothers are lesbians, the fathers are homosexuals. Your children are watching you. They are watching you. You are mentoring them. You are a disaster to the society. You need to get out of that rubbish. You find out that most of the parents are not even at home. Most of the parents also, whatever their children bring back, you ask your child, what is my child doing? Oh, where is my child? My child has left the country. He's in Angola. He's in Morocco. He's in Malaysia. He said, look at your child. You are trying to talk to the other person. He said, look at your friend. He has built 3-story building. He has gone to do, listen to me. I want every parent to realize this. That you're pushing your child to be a kidnapper, an assassin. You're pushing your child to be an armed robber. You're pushing your child to be involved in organ harvesting. And they're bringing millions of dollars. Your child travel to Kenya or travel to any of these Arab countries, Cyprus, and within 6 months, your child comes back and builds a house of 19 million naira, $18 million, and you're just celebrating, and you're pushing your child to take up chieftaincy title in your place. You are part of the rot. One day, something will happen, and they will demand for your life. One day, something will happen. They will demand for the life of your first daughter, or the life of your last daughter, or the demand for your kidney in that shrine. And you are the one that actually has been sponsoring this child, motivating this child, telling this child to go and look for money. You're a young girl that are just graduated from the university at the age of 25, 26. You're pushing the girl out. Go and do other things other girls are doing. Go and get money. What are you sitting at home here for? Oh, what are you sitting at home here doing? Go and look for money. You are part of the rot. You are the reason why these young ladies are into lesbianism. They are into ritual. Most of the young ladies are syndicates. They are agents. They are middlemen between these organ sellers and marketers, black market set of individuals that have become a horror to our society. I want the family people to understand, father and mother, not everybody, it doesn't matter how the economy is very bad. Yes, you might give it as an excuse, but the economy is very bad. And this is the reason why we have to go and hustle. Yes, but the father and the mother must look at themselves, sit down. The best investment you can ever give to your children is education. The best investment you can ever give to your children is God. The best investment you can ever give your children is time. Yes, it's understandable that definitely most of you might be very, very busy, but you must make sure that not two of you should not be as busy as each other. Somebody must need to come back by 4 or 5 at least, and somebody must need to come back maybe stay a little bit longer. But you guys must keep discussing. You must make sure you monitor your children's phone. You must make sure you monitor the person that you have left your children for, the society. What is all this money that you're trying to make when your children are being destroyed by somebody that you don't know? The other time a young boy was killed beaten up at the age of 12, and it trended online, and everybody was trying to blame the school, but you can also blame the parents. You need to sit down and ask your child, who gave you this thing? Where did you get it from? I remember when we were growing up, and somehow somebody gave me money because I was trying to help the boy to write his notes. And my parents beat me and took me to school and all the rest of them, and it was quite, since that day I had to learn how to discipline myself. The Bible said, point your child to the right direction. When the child is old, he will not embarrass you. But you know what? Your child comes back with $1 million, you celebrate the child. Your child goes back and is not working. Your daughter, you're one student in the university, is not working, comes back with hampers, comes back with gifts, comes back with gifts of thousands or hundreds of thousands. You will not ask the child, where did you get this money from? Have you gotten a job? Can I actually talk to the person that you're working with? Or you're just interested, oh, my daughter, God bless you. That's the cause. You are part of what is going on. Your son goes out and is driving a car that your husband has not driven, even after working for 30 years in government or working in the company. Your child is 19, driving a car of 6 million. A car of 10 million, the guy is in second year sociology, second year engineering, second year law. Where is the person getting the money from? The children are getting richer than their teachers. Oh, you will say, oh, this is the jet age, the person is into forex trading or is into Ethereum or into any of the cryptocurrency dimensions. But I want to let you know, behind most of the things that they call Yahoo or they call G+, or they call trying to do internet fraud, is ritual killings, is blood money. And as a parent, if you keep supporting such people, one day the devil is going to turn their heart and they're going to use you for such money. And they will shut their heart on you or use any of their siblings to make money. Because nothing goes for nothing in this world, even in the realm of wickedness and the realm of darkness. And finally, the society is at fault. What do we celebrate in our society? Oh, real prosperity, real blessings and success has been described about when it has to do with how many cars you have, how many houses, where you live. But I want to let us know, it is not the cars you drive that make you successful. It is what is driving you. You don't need to be in affluence for you to be relevant. The society is just marketing something that is wrong. Chief title is not given to people that don't have cars in your locality. Chief title is meant to be given to people that are credible, people that cannot be bought over, people that are honest, people that are accountable. Political positions should be given to people of integrity, like people like us. People like us should be governors. People like us should be presidents. People like us should be leaders in industries. People like us should be part of, people like us that are fearless should be part of the system to correct the ills. Not because the person has money, because the person, he said, how much do you have? I was so sad when I heard the other time somebody made a definition about the past governor in Imo State who defined erroneously. I hated that kind of definition. That politics is 3 definitions of politics. Number 1 is money. Number 2 is money. Number 3 is money. And people are clapping hands. That's madness. That's when a society is marketing. And now you're clapping your hands and you're asking, how do we get there? This is how we got to where we are. Nobody wants to vote without money. Delegates, 2023-24 election is coming. Delegates must be given money before they go and vote for someone who is going to be their candidate for any of the political parties. And this is crazy. This is madness. And everybody's complaining, this person is using people for money. Children are using their mothers for money. They are using their girlfriends for money. Whereas you are the one that actually say that politics by definition is number one, money, number two, money, number three, money. And the children that are 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 are watching you say that kind of rubbish from the pit of hell. So you are part of the sponsorship program of what is making the young people. If you support that kind of wicked and satanic ideology, I'm not saying that politics should not cost money, but let's not begin to front money first. I want us to begin to look for the right people in Nigeria to rule this country. The young people are complaining. Thousands of young people are crying. But yet, the young people do not want to help themselves either. They prefer to be part of the leadership system that have actually destroyed this country for more than 4 decades now, rather than waking up to ourselves, to the realities that are on ground. I want everyone to realize that we can actually make our own contribution towards the development of our nation and our state. So I see you next time. I remain your friend, Barr.Ikenna Emmanuel. I'm the International President of the International Center for Leadership, Diplomacy, Economic, and Human Development. Let's rise up and build our nation. Let's rise up and stop every young people from getting involved in something that is wicked. Let's be part of the leadership system that can actually change a lot of things for our people. The young people are the future of this nation. They are the future of any generation. They are the future of Africa. And we can actually help them so that they will not kill their parents, so that they will not kill their friends, so that they will not waste their lives, so that they can actually be gainfully employed. We can actually be like Europe. We can actually be like America, where we begin to invest in tech, where we begin to invest in innovation, where we begin to market and celebrate people who have worked hard, instead of celebrating some set of people who just went into Nollywood, who just went into something that is only for entertainment, and they have risen and gotten money through some means. Let's celebrate innovation. Let's celebrate people that are engineers. Let's celebrate people that are philanthropists. Let's celebrate good people. Whatever thing that you celebrate, the people will accept. Whatever thing that you celebrate, the people will accept. When you celebrate good things, people accept. Going to school is important. When you celebrate education, people will appreciate education. When you celebrate innovation, people will appreciate innovation. When you celebrate nudity, people will appreciate nudity. And that's the way the young people operate. Let's do the needful, and we're trusting that this nation will be a better place and people's lives will be preserved. If you're a young person and you need help, you need guidance, you need us to mentor you, or if you want to work with us in order for us to champion this vanguard, making sure that we deal with this issue before it becomes a time bomb, before it's already becoming a time bomb already. And it's going to affect everybody if we don't stop it. Please, let's get connected to a traditional ruler. You are a pastor, you are a youth development expert, you are a journalist, you are a politician, and you share the same view with us. I know many people don't share the same view with me. Oh, that's okay. But if you share the same view with us and you want us to work together to see how we can help the young people, please, let's do so. If you're a young man and you're under pressure to be part of this stupid thing, please get connected with us. We're going to find a way to engage you in something. And if you're a young person, you don't have a job, please also get connected with us on the number that is on the screen. We're going to see how we can put together a whole lot of human resource system so that we can push in the young people to certain jobs and create an environment, train them so that they can become employable. Our society depends on you and depends on me also. So I see you next time. Do have a nice time. God bless you in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.